Krampus is a 2015 American horror comedy film based upon the eponymous character from Germanic folklore. Directed by Michael Dougherty and written by Dougherty, Todd Casey, and Zach Shields. The film stars Adam Scott, Toni Collette, David Koechner, Conchata Ferrell, M.J. Anthony, Stefania Lavioen, and Krista Stadler. It was released on December 4, 2015, by Universal Pictures. Plot: on December 22, a suburban family gets together to celebrate Christmas. Tom and Sarah, their children Beth and Max, Sarah's sister Linda, Linda's husband Howard, their children Stevie, Jordan, Howie Jr., and their baby daughter, Sarah, and Linda's aunt Dorothy, and Tom's Austrian mother, who is affectionately referred to as Omi. Max wants to continue the family's Christmas traditions, but tensions between various members of the family keep everyone from having a good time, and the family lose their Christmas spirit. Provoked by Stevie mockingly reading his Christmas letter, Max loses his temper and fights Stevie over the dinner table until his parents break him up. Upset, Max yells that he hates Christmas and his dysfunctional family before running upstairs. Tom comes to Max's room attempting to comfort him over the fight and reminding him that it's the time of year to be with one's family, even if they're not the best of people. After Tom leaves, Max tries to put his Santa letter into an envelope, but in a furious rage he starts to rip up the letter. He then opens his bedroom window and casts the shredded letter into the wind and is blown into the night sky just as a sudden and ominous storm cloud forms over the neighborhood, cutting off the electricity to the town. On the morning of December 23, a DHL delivery man has Linda sign for a package. She sees a bag of presents on the porch and brings those in also. After not hearing from her boyfriend that morning, Beth travels to his house in the blizzard on foot, being a few blocks away. However, on the way she is frightened by the sight of a massive hooded figure with horns. She yells for help as the horned creature pursues Beth, pouncing across rooftops until she finds a van, but encounters the delivery man frozen in the seat. However, a jack-in-the-box is left, and she is taken by it. Evening comes, and since Beth has not yet returned, Tom and Howard head out to travel to Beth's boyfriend Derek's house. They retrieve 2 guns from Howard's Hummer. They arrive at Derek's house to find it in devastation, with the chimney split open as well as large, goat-like hoof prints on the floor. Hearing Beth screaming, they run outside to find her. Shortly after, Howard is attacked and bitten by a creature in the snow, with Tom barely saving him. The 2 men retreat back to the house, and after fearing what just happened, the family board up the doors and windows, with Tom promising Sarah they will look for the missing Beth when morning comes. When the family falls asleep, Howie Jr. is woken up by the sounds of a chain coming down the chimney, and finds a gingerbread cookie on it. He walks to the chimney and picks up the cookie, but after biting into it, it comes to life and wraps the chain around him. As he screams, the family tries to pull him back, but they lose grip and he is taken up the chimney. Omi reveals to the family what is happening. They are being tormented by Krampus, an ancient demonic spirit that punishes those who are bad at Christmas, referring to him as the shadow of Saint Nicholas. Omi admits that when she was young, the selfish nature of her village residents and her family's poverty and their own unruly behavior in the aftermath of World War II caused her to lose her love of the holidays, as she, like Max, wished her parents to disappear, which summoned Krampus and resulted in her parents and town being dragged into hell. She alone was spared by the demon, who left behind a bauble with his name inscribed in her life as a reminder of what happens when one loses their Christmas spirit. Howard, however, dismisses Omi's tale and attempts to go after Howie Jr., but he encounters several demonic creatures lurking around the yard and Howie seemingly encased into a snowman. In the attic, the bag of presents suddenly begins shaking. The family runs to the attic and witness a large, snake-like jack-in-the-box monster eating Jordan and are attacked by a group of monstrous toys, but manage to escape and save Stevie. When the family dog runs into the air vents to attack the snake-like Jack-in-the-Box, it falls through the ceiling and the monstrous toys attack. Again, just as Dorothy is about to kill the Jack-in-the-Box with the gun, monstrous-looking elves break in and take Dorothy, the baby, and Howard. Krampus is heard landing on their roof, and the rest of the family members quickly decide to make a run for the snowplow, but Tommy decides to stay behind to face Krampus. Krampus comes out of the chimney and opens the sack in front of Tommy, who is then attacked by the toys in the sack off-screen. As the family almost makes it to the snowplow, Tom stays behind to fight off the creature under the snow but is then taken. Linda and Sarah both then taken too after getting Max and Stevie in the snowplow. The kids discover the snowplow won't start and are attacked by the elves, taking Stevie. Krampus appears in front of Max and gives him a bauble with his name on it, wrapped in a piece of his shredded Santa letter, before vanishing. Max realizes that he is the reason why Krampus came. Max confronts and pleads with Krampus, who opens a pit to hell to give his family back and take him instead. Krampus, however, makes the elves throw Stevie into the pit, then picks Max up and holds him over the pit. Max apologizes to the demon for losing his Christmas spirit and just wanted to have the Christmas they used to have, but Krampus drops the screaming Max into the pit. Max suddenly awakens in his bed on Christmas morning. He looks out his window and sees that the neighborhood has returned to normal, and finds his family downstairs opening presents. Believing that the entire experience had been a dream, he opens a present and discovers the Krampus bauble, and the family falls silent and remembers what happened as the scene pans out to reveal them being seen through a snow globe in Krampus workshop along with many others. Cast: Adam Scott as Tom, Toni Collette as Sarah, MJ Anthony as Max, David Koechner as Howard, Alison Tolman as Linda, Conchata Ferrell as Aunt Dorothy, Lolo Owen as Stevie, Stefania Lavi Owen as Beth, Queenie Samuel as Jordan, Krista Stadler as Omi, Maverick Flack as Howie Jr., Sage Hunnefeld as Baby Chrissy, Leith Towers as Derek, Curtis Vowell as DHL Man, Luke Hawker as Krampus, Gideon Emery as Krampus, Seth Green as Lumpy, Breen Burns as Dumpy, Justin Roiland as Clumpy, Brett Beatty as Dare Clown. Production. The film is written and directed by Michael Dougherty, known for the 2007 cult hit Trick or Treat. It is co-written by Todd Casey and Zach Shields, and produced by Thomas Tull, John Jashner, and Alex Garcia of Legendary Pictures. On November 21, 2014, Alison Tolman and MJ Anthony joined the cast. On March 3, 2015, Adam Scott, David Koechner, and Toni Collette joined the cast. Principal photography began on March 12, 2015. Creature effects were made by Weta Workshop. Release. The film was originally scheduled for release in November 2015, but was pushed back to December 4, 2015. Merchandise. An original graphic novel titled Krampus, Shadow of St. Nicholas was released on November 25, 2015 by Legendary Entertainment. The comic is written by Brandon Seifert and features stories by writer-director Michael Dougherty and movie co-writers Zach Shields and Todd Casey. Art is provided by Fiona Staples, Michael Montanate, Stuart Sager, Martin House and Christian DeBerry. Weta Workshop released a number of collectibles through their online store, including statues, a life-sized prop reproduction of the Krampus bell and a collectible pin. Reception. Box office as of December 26, 2015. Update. Krampus has grossed $39.2 million in North America and $12.8 million in other territories for a worldwide total of $51.9 million. Against a budget of $15 million. In the United States and Canada, Krampus earned $637,000 from its Thursday night showings, which began at 7 p.m., and topped the box office on its opening day with $6 million. It rose 9.9% on Saturday over Friday, a rare occurrence for a horror movie. It went on to earn $16.3 million through its opening weekend from 2,902 theaters, which was above expectations, and finished in second place at the box office behind The Hunger Games: Mockingjay Part 2, which was on its third weekend. Scott Mendelson of Forbes felt the successful opening was attributed to the horror genre, which was something of a new, unique and genuinely different offering at that time. However, he also stated that had Universal not embargoed the reviews 2 days prior to its release, a wave of mostly positive reviews dropping a few days before release would have boosted its opening accordingly. Critical response: Krampus has received mixed reviews from critics. On Rotten Tomatoes, the film has a rating of 65%, based on 79 reviews, with an average rating of 5.9/10. The site's critical consensus reads, Krampus is gory good fun for fans of non-traditional holiday horror with a fondness for Joe Dante's B-movie classics. Even if it doesn't have quite the savage bite its concept calls for. On Metacritic, the film has a score of 49 out of 100, based on 21 critics, indicating mixed to average reviews. Audiences polled by CinemaScore gave the film an average grade of B, on an A+ to F scale.